Hi, everyone. Hi, and welcome to our GEG UK event tonight. I'm Carla Bell, I'm GEG Scotland, and I'm doing my Brady Bunch movements here. We've got Georgina this is in reverse camera, Georgina to the left. Do you want to introduce yourself, Georgina?
Yeah, sure. I'm part of the GEG UK from England. Really excited to be here for Kami and joined with these lovely ladies. So shall I go down or across or?
You decide.
All right, let's go immediately down. It's easier.
Okay, I'm Wendy Pesca. I'm part of GEG UK, but I'm recently taken a place at Kami, and I'm here as a business development rep or teacher success champion for Kami.
Greetings, I'm Nicole Rennie, also a Teacher Success Champion team at Kami, and I'm based in Cape Town, South Africa. Love Google Peeps and love connecting with GEG UK. Thank you so much for having us join you this evening.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks for coming along, guys. I can see we've got quite a few people tuned in live, but again, everything it gets recorded, so it goes into the GEG YouTube stream as well. So I'm going to remove Georgina and myself from the chat, and I'm going to get this set up. I have to apologize to everybody watching, by the way. I've not been on StreamYard for a while. I keep joking. It's like I feel like my dad's giving me the keys to his car, so I'm just kind of trying to press things, and so hopefully we'll get through this anyway. Right, so if you just bear with me a wee second, we'll get started.
And let us know in the chat if you are tuning in live where you're tuning in from. It's always exciting to see, like you heard, Nicole's all the way from South Africa. And so it would be great to hear who is joining the GEG UK live webinar with Kami today. And make sure to share the link below in the YouTube StreamYard and invite your other educators and PLN to join the conversation. Drop any questions you have and we'll feed those through to Nicole and Wendy. Off to you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to start off the show and get you to sign in first of all. So we've got kamiapp.com/conference-form. I don't know if you can pop that into the chat there for us, Nicole, while we're waiting. But kamiapp.com/conference-form. And we'd like you to sign in so that we know who's joined us today in this certification course. And while you're there, please drop in there as well as where you're from. But what organisation are you from? If you don't mind sharing it, we love to see what schools and colleges are taking part in these certifications. Patricia, hello. Hi, Jasmine. Lovely to see you. Rachel, wonderful. Hey. Dublin seems so long ago now, doesn't it? There we go. So once you're logged in, we'll move on to the next slide and get you started. I was exhausted after Dublin, Rachel, were you?
Sounds like you all had so much fun in Ireland. I was super jealous, lots of FOMO.
Yeah, but you're going off to Australia, so look at that. That's going to be amazing too. Everybody logged in. Sharon, hello. Did you manage to put that in the chat there for us, Nicole, that sign in so that we can move on to the next slide?
Greetings, Neil. Really good to see you from Scotland.
Hi,
Margie, also great to see you.
And Niall, hello from Scotland. Hello. Lovely to see you. London Borough, Hounslow for Jasmine. Excellent. So we've got to go. Oh, and Lorraine, thank you for joining. Excellent. If you pop that into the chat there for us, into the comments now, Nicole.
I'm actually not able to get into that.
Because we can move on to the next slide once that's dropped in. If people have got access to that link, we can then move on to the next slide because you've got the control at your end. Excellent, thank you. Great, so we can make a start. The link's now been dropped into the comments there. So if you haven't already signed into that conference form, please do that. We like to know who is there with us. Okay, so just introducing Kami. What we're going to do in this 1 hour is going to go really quick. We are going to give you a quick rundown of some of what we think are the top tips, especially if you're Google users. And then we're going to move on to the certification course. But introducing Kami, we know there are a lot of people still in the UK that don't know what Kami does. But it's not a new app. It's got 40 million users and students love it. And we're getting lots of people coming back and telling us through surveys that it's saving teachers around 8 hours a week. And it's easy to make connections and enhance all of your resources. So you're going to see some top tips for us using things within the Google environment. Yeah, so we can move on there. Thank you.
So I first came across Kami in BET in London, and the thing that I suppose attracted me at the time was the class view, because that's something as an online-only tool that benefit of being able to look over the students' shoulders all the time and see how they're getting on, give them immediate feedback, intervene if you need to, praise them if you need to, was a big starting point for us. But actually, one thing that became really evident, even at BET, just in the hour I had there, was how many other tools that just made this such a versatile tool that the students could interact with, teachers could interact with, whether that's graphically, text, audio, video, screen sharing, and all the other things. Over the last 2 weeks, we've just had we've interviewed every single teacher just to get some feedback about how they have used the new tools, all the 3 platforms that we're using, and unanimously Kami came back as the tool that every single teacher said it was the best out of the thing you used, and every single teacher praised the benefits of class view, also just the intuitivity of using the tools, being able to switch the tools on and off, being able to have that control and see what students are doing. So it's definitely been one of the big successes for the students. Thank you very much to the Kami team.
Nicole, you doing the
Super. So thank you for that introduction. And the first thing you need to do if you want to tap into the magic of Kami and you don't yet have the extension is please make sure you go onto the Chrome Web Store and install the Kami extension. This will connect you to all your teacher tools that you're using in your workflow and allow you to have a seamless process into Kami for that interactivity and collaboration. And you will love the tools and features that connect with the extension in the background. This is how it looks when you land on the Chrome Web Store. You can simply type in Kami, and then you will see the Kami extension. You can pick the add to Chrome and do pin the Kami extension so it doesn't disappear from your browser. Whenever you open Chrome, you want to see that magical Kami K at the top of your screen, enabling all the functionality. If you're not on a device that in fact utilizes the extension, so maybe you sometimes use an iPad or even from your mobile phone, don't miss out on these 2 quick links. So just by typing in kami.app on a mobile device, you'll be able to get to that same dashboard experience of using a laptop and clicking on the extension. And we also have another shortcut for you, which is when you want to whiteboard, quickly start off with a fresh blank canvas in Kami by typing in kami.new.
Excellent. So if we can switch over to my screen now, that would be wonderful. So I'm going to run you through the top tips first of all, and then Nicole's going to come back in and start the certification bit. But we thought it'd be really useful for you to see what Kami is, because I think people know it as a PDF annotator, but I think with these top tips you're going to see right now, you'll see that it's got so much of than that. So first of all, we've got the Open with Kami. So you can open any of your Google files or any of your other files straight from your drive. So if I go into my Google Drive here, you can see that I've got a whole range of different file types here. If I double click on it and open it, you'll see that there's an Open with Kami straight in my drive here. And that's done that because of the extension. It will tell me I need to convert it, and that's fine, because what it's doing, it's converting it to a PDF so that I can now annotate over it. And it puts a layer over so that we can bring in all of these rich tools. So that's the first thing, being able to open it. Once you've done that, we want to mention about Jamboard. Again, Jamboard is just another file, and we can open Jamboard straight into Kami as well. So here's a Jamboard that I made a little bit earlier. If I open it up, you'll see that it's a background I got from Canva, and I used to put those backgrounds in the background of Jamboard. But now, because Jamboard's going, people might be looking for a simple way of carrying on that simple look that Jamboard has got. You can open that straight into Kami as well. So once you've opened that into Kami, again, it'll ask me to convert it. It asks me to convert all things. Once it's converted, what I've got then is the ability to change my toolbox that my students have got. So you'll see that come in. I can run a text recognition. I won't do it for speed now, but if I do the text recognition, I'll be able to use the accessibility tools on it. It always comes in big from Canva, but you can reduce it down and you've got a lovely clean look that's not an infinite whiteboard here. So another little tip, open with Jamboard. And we've got a lovely video on here from Margie, so we'll share these slides later. You can also open directly from Canva. So if I've got Canva here, and one of the things I said I always did was look for Jamboard templates. So I can go into any of my backgrounds that I used to like. I would customize the template. I'd edit it by taking a couple of these off, editing it a bit more than this. I won't do it for speed. But then I would share it, download it, and upload it as a background into Jamboard. But now I can actually get that much quicker. I can open straight with Kami. And again, coming from Canva, it does open a little bit big, but I take it down to 70% and it's a perfect little whiteboard size again for me to use. So we've opened from Drive, we've opened our docs, we've opened Jamboard, and we can open from Canva as well. So nice tips already, I'm hoping. If you see anything you like particularly, let us know. When I got shown the control features in Kami, it sort of blew me away. It was something I wasn't really expecting from the tool. So here, if I've got my resource or any of these ones that I've got here, my Canva background, look at my tools on the left-hand side. I've got quite a number of tools here as a teacher, but they're still quite a simple toolbox. But if I'm working with young learners or I'm working with learners that are nervous with tech or just find it really disruptive if they've got too much choice, I can go into the share here and I can upload this to Google because it won't let me do anything until I've done that. And I can share this with anyone with the link is an editor. So I'm collaborating on a document. And this control feature then comes into play. I could also create individual copies, but let's have a look what I get. I get the ability to switch all of the tools on or all of the tools off. I can select just the accessibility tools that my students will see. And if I only want them to have a voice comment and a text box, that's all they will see in their toolbox. So that toolbox on my left-hand side does that. It reduces. It doesn't just stay there grayed out. It actually disappears. So students that are easily distracted see a much cleaner toolbox. That works perfectly for young learners. And look what we've got at the bottom here as well. I can turn off the copy and paste. So if I'm worried about people's work not being original, I can turn off that copy and paste. They now have to put the work in themselves and not copy it from anywhere else. I can also do things like take off spell check if I'm doing spelling lessons that day, and I can take off the add pages if I want students to be more concise with their work. And all of those things will come into play as soon as I hit the submit button on here. So control features. Very, very powerful. This one I think you're going to love as a Google user, track and grade with class view. So we know that we can mark stuff in Google. We know that we can go into Google. We know that we can see work that we've assigned to students, and we know that we can go in and we can mark this and grade it and hand it back. But if I want to mark multiple students' work, I've got to go and look at each piece of work individually, each student. But with your Kami extension, you'll get class view. And when I click on class view, it will take a few seconds, it will work because it's doing a lot of work. What it's doing now in the background, it's pulling all my students' files into one place for me to see. I think you'll see this is a bit of a game changer. So now I've got a view that you see usually in Apple Teacher, in Apple Classroom. You've got a view that you can look at all your students' work at once. So if you're a type of teacher that likes to mark question 1 and then go across and mark question 1 for everybody, you can do that. Sorry, that was a bit of a mistake there. But what I think is more important here is this is a live view. This is live. It's just not for marking. If I know that Olivia is a student that is very nervous, they might be in the classroom with me or they might be working at home, but I know they are never going to ask me a question out loud. They are never going to allow me to approach them and ask them a question. They're an anxious student. Most of us have got someone like that in our classes. Now, what I can do is add a comment, and if she's at home, I can do a voice comment. But if it's a student that's sitting in the class with me, I can just say, ask me a question. And just like a Google Doc, that'll appear as a comment on the left-hand side. And I can interview that student and talk to them and support them in a way that I couldn't do before. So being able to look at that live view, wonderful, wonderful view. And that's available not just with Google Classroom, but we've talked about Google Classroom mostly here. Saving stuff into annotation bank. You know that Google Classroom has got an annotation bank of its own. But what if I make an annotation here? Let's do one quickly. I'm just going to quickly do a voice comment. Hi, I think you need to just slow down a bit. Your work is very good, but you're not checking it before you submit it. So I've made a very quick voice comment for my students. And unlike Google, I can put audio and video in my annotation bank. So instead of it just being text, I can click on add to annotation bank, put in a name like proofread, and I can save it to my annotation bank. I did that one earlier. There we go. So it just means that you can now support your students. And while you're marking in this live view, you can pick and pull in annotations across the board for your students in a very quick way. So you can see where this 8 hours saved comes in. It's not unrealistic. Couple more to do, not many now. Publish changes. If you don't gasp with this one, then there's something wrong with you, all right? I'm expecting gasp, I'm expecting whoops, I'm expecting everything to come on that board, on those comments. Look, I'm coming out into my Google Classroom again. Let's just get back. So here is my Google Classroom. Let's get out of that view. There we go, in the wrong view. Sorry, where's my classroom gone? There we go. So I'm back into this particular piece of work. Now, I know in Google Classroom, if I've pushed out a piece of work to multiple students, if I've made a mistake on that, I have to go and correct that mistake on the multiple copies if I've made copies for each student. But if I've got Kami, I can go straight in to the original document, which is linked onto my Google Classroom assignment. I can click on update work. And it's telling me it can't find the assignment. Don't do this to me in the middle of a session. I have just tested this one. So let's see if we can find another one. I'm hoping I've got another one on there. It's playing me about, isn't it? I'm so sorry. I'll move on if it doesn't do this, but I want to show you this. I'm not going to give up. There we go. There we go. That's the original update work. Don't tell me you can't find it. I know you're there because I actually tested this 5 minutes ago. There we go. This isn't the one I wanted to show you, but it's good enough. I'm now showing you that I can publish changes. So if I find that there's a mistake on my worksheet, I can go and correct it. So I can simply change the text up here and put something different on. I'm speeding up for just to get through this quickly. I can also support my students more, though. I don't think it's just about correcting things. I can give my students some help here. So I can say, look, did you notice that you can also go and see things backwards? So you've got Paul here, and give my students a support. I can go in and I can make an audio or a video showing them particular help that they could do to finish this piece of work. And when I publish changes, the published changes will actually go onto every student piece of work. So rather than that's just going on to one student work, it's going across the whole class. So that should be something that you're looking at as a massive time saver. It's something that I loved when I saw it. Published changes right across the board. I think that's me coming to an end there. Yeah, we're back on to Nicole with the certified course. Never done that so quickly before.
What a whiz, Wendy. Thank you for breezing us through all the most loved features that save our teachers time. That was super. We're going to dig right into the Kami course now. We're going to make sure that we walk you through it and support you so that you can actually become a Kami certified educator during this time together. So if Wendy wouldn't mind just popping that link into the chat, we are on the kamiapp.com/certified page, where we are going to walk you through the process of getting into the course, get you into the course structure itself and bookmark it so that if there's anything you want to come back to, remember this course is free and available to you anytime to come back and refer. And we would love for you to let us know how you find the course afterwards. stay in touch, and we are excited for you to take this next step and really be empowered to use all of these great tools. So let's just see if the link is coming to you in the chat there. And we're on kamiapp.com/certified. So I'd love for you all to go over to kamiapp.com/certified, where you will see this page that I'm on over here. And when you're here on kamiapp.com/certified, you'll see a sign up button. So super simple. What we're going to do in this session is we're going to play the videos with you. We're going to do this as a collaborative experience, but you can have yours on mute and still follow along on your own device, so you get your own accreditation as a Kami certified educator. So when you click on the sign up, you're going to just fill in this little form here. You're going to let us know your details so that we can link your Kami certified with your Kami profile and know and celebrate the step that you're taking. So you can put in your school email and your name and your role, your school name. When it comes to district, you can give your district, or you can just list your country. That's not essential. Just put something in the district so you can repeat the country if you want. And then you can just hit submit. And once you've hit submit, what's going to happen is you will receive an email, and you're going to go ahead and check your email and pick up the programs team email, where you will see a link for the course itself. And so I'm going to go ahead over to the course link itself, and I'm going to give you a second to join me there, where you will see this page with the course materials. And it's at this point, once you have checked your email, clicked on the kami.app/course fun, and you have signed in, second sign in, sorry, but forgive us, it's run by a separate platform to our Kami platform. So we do require you to do another quick sort of just email and password to sign into the course content itself. And when you're in this page, I really encourage you, when you see what I see, the course overview, and on the left-hand side, the structure of the course, this is where I'd love you to bookmark the page, because this is a course that you can do in one sitting, as we're going to do now, but you can also do this in your own time. You can come back to it, and there will be a couple of sections that we'll skip very quickly through tonight that maybe aren't relevant to our particular session, which is lots and lots of Google Peeps. There are other LMS sections that we're going to skip. So you can have this bookmarked if you want to refer to any of that at a later stage. Please do shoot questions in the chat if you're needing help, but hopefully everyone is now on this Kami certified course with us, and we're going to follow through the course together. So we're going to begin with the course overview, and you will see this is a course that I have already completed, and so it says 100%. At the end of our session, we want yours to get to 100%. If you need a bit of extra time, you can always complete the last little bit independently, but that's our goal. We're going to try and get there together. And so we're going to begin with yours will say 0%, and we're going to increment up through the course together. So let's take a listen to the first course video, and we'll be able to do so by clicking on the right-hand side. You can click go with me on your side on your computer, and you can just click on mute so that you listen in on the live session. And we're going to hear from Vanessa, the wonderful Vanessa, who many of you know and love, who runs our programs team. Here we go for the course overview.
Hey Kami, welcome to the Fundamentals course. We're going to explore some Kami magic today, and I'm excited to be on this learning journey with you. First, we'll go through the basics to get you started. Then we'll get familiar with Kami's 40+ tools and features before diving into our seamless integrations. For inspiration, we'll look at different ways Kami can help you enhance learning and engagement in or out of the classroom. At the end of this course, you'll get rewarded with a badge and certificate as a Level 1 Kami certified educator. Let's get started.
Okay, I hope you're all excited. I know I'm always excited when I get to see Vanessa on screen or in person. And that first intro video is how the course is structured. And we flow through the course by clicking on the complete and continue button. So on your side, on your device, please go ahead and click on complete and continue as we move into section 1. Now in section 1, we're going to take a look at some of the content that helps us get going in Kami. And we're going to press go together. Remember, you can leave your videos on mute and you can listen in on the YouTube audio. Here we go for the next section.
In this video, we dive into the basics of creating an account, using the extension, and setting up Kami for your students. To create a new account, type kami.app into your web browser. Choose between Google, Microsoft, or your school email address.
So you'll be choosing Google.
Just follow the prompts to complete your teacher profile, and we'll send you a confirmation email once you're done. Next, let's add Kami as an extension. For Chrome users, head to the Chrome Web Store, search for Kami, and click Add to Chrome. If you use Microsoft Edge, you can install Kami by going to Add-ons, search for Kami, then click Get. Now Kami is just a click away. Now that you've got your profile set up, it's time to get your class Kami ready. Students can easily create an account using their school email addresses. All they need to do is follow the short prompts to set up a student profile, and they're all set. If Kami wasn't deployed at a school or district level, just take your students through the same easy steps to manually add Kami onto their browsers. To invite students to your teacher plan, you can share your license key link. If you use any of our integrations, pushing out a Kami assignment and having your students click Open with Kami will automatically sync their accounts with yours.
Okay, I hope you're all doing well, and we have progressed through the second video, and so now it's time for quiz time. There are not many quizzes in the course, but it's just to make sure you're on track with your learning. And so I'm going to give us a chance to do the first course, the quiz rather. So I'm going to click on the complete and continue. Please do this on your side too, on your device. Click on complete and continue. And my questions are going to have the answers reflecting, so I'm going to read out the questions for you as we progress. But the first question will show. So you should see in the first section here, the quiz begins with the Kami extension is available to install from, and you need to choose 2 answers. Now, being that we're very inclusive, we are a Google group of educators here in this call, but there is also another cohort of educators that are supported by an extension option. So there's a clue for you. We want to select there that you can get the Kami extension in 2 ways. You can click on the buttons that you are sure are correct, and then you can choose complete and continue. And the second question that's going to pop up when you do that, which is hidden behind my answers here, so I'm going to read it for you, is after signing into Kami, the next recommended step is to, and then you have some options. Now, we just went through the Kami Chrome extension, so the extension is very important. That's a hint for you on that question. Don't worry if you're not signed up for Kami itself. You do not need to have a Kami account to do the Kami Certified Educator course. I'm seeing some comments in the chat. The Kami course is completely free to you. You do not need to have a Kami account itself. You can just sign into the Kami course. It's run on a separate platform, and you will still be able to get that accreditation and see what's in store for you if you choose to use Kami. Question 3 is all about Kami automatically saves your work. Is this true or false? So I'm sure you won't struggle to guess the answer to that question 3. And then moving on to question 4, students should create a Kami account using their, When we sign up to Kami, it's really important that you are linked to your school. That's a tip for you. We are very conscious that the students have a single sign-in process, and so that's another tip for you in answering that 4th part of the quiz. And then the fifth part of the quiz is the question that says, to add students to your teacher license, you can. You need to pick 2 items for question 5. And you have 2 options to share your account. You would have seen in that video, we have represented the option of utilizing your LMS. So that is a hint for the 1 question. And you can also share your Kami license using a URL, using a link. So you can go ahead and answer those questions, and we would then be able to progress on to the next section. Now, because we're in this together and we're wanting to get everyone to the certification point at 100%, we're going to move through the bonus content, and you can come back and watch that at a later stage. So we're going to press complete and continue, and we're going to press complete and continue, and we're going to move on to section 2. So we are doing well in the course progress here. Everyone deserves to give themselves a pat on the back. We are moving through the content as quickly as possible, and we're going to learn a lot about the tools and functionalities here in this next section. So buckle up and let's dig into the dashboard.
Say hello to your dashboard. Here you can choose to open existing files directly from your Google Drive, OneDrive, or your computer. You can even browse free templates from the Kami library and open that in Kami. Starting from scratch, click blank page and you'll be able to choose page quantity, type, and rotation. Perfect for whiteboarding. You also have the option to easily create a Kami assignment with Google Classroom. Just follow the prompts and click Assign to finish. If you ever need to edit files first, you can access some of our top features, text recognition and split and merge. Choose text recognition if you want Kami to detect text on any scanned documents and convert that into an editable file. Choose Split and Merge if you want to mix and match existing files to create new teaching resources. You can do everything from adding, rotating, and combining or splitting multiple separate files. A true time saver. Recents is another handy feature of ours that shows you a list of documents you've last opened in Kami, so you can pick up right where you left off at any time. Trending templates is your go-to for Kami-ready templates from our library. Choose from what's popular or browse for more. Quick tip: if you ever want to get more from your dashboard, just click the Kami logo on the top left corner to go back. Tutorials is where you'll find some of our how-to videos. There's also an option to browse for more in Kami Academy.
Okay. Love the dashboard, so much in there for us to use, and we're going to move straight on by clicking on the complete and continue button to take a look at the menu tool.
Kami has 10 plus powerful features located in the menu bar. Let's find out how each feature works, starting with the sidebar. The sidebar has 5 selections. Thumbnails gives you a full display of all your pages and lets you jump to any page when clicked. Outline document will be visible if your PDF has an embedded table of contents. It lists all headings and subheadings present on the page. Annotation summary gives you an overview of all annotations on the document, including its author, the type of annotation, where it is on the page, a timestamp, and a preview of its contents. Annotation Bank lets you save almost all types of annotations to use again and again. To save text, voice, and video comments, just click the button and click Confirm. To access saved text comments, start typing the first few letters that fits the saved comment, and Kami will show you options. For voice and video comments, you'll get to name your annotation for easy access when you need them. To save equations, shapes, drawings, and added media, hover over the annotation with the Select tool, then click the button to save. You can access all your saved annotations from the sidebar. Just drag and drop. To keep things organized, create folders and start adding your saved annotations. You can always edit, rearrange, and delete what you've saved using these controls. Quick tip: if you delete any saved annotations, you'll have 1 hour to reverse this action before they're permanently deleted. Find lets you search for words in the document. You have the option to highlight all to spot them easily, include comments in your search, and include match cases. Kami Uploads gives you instant access to your Kami folder. And you can quickly customize your file name just by clicking on the name. Zoom in and out as you normally would, and if you're using a touchscreen device, use your fingers on your phone or tablet. Open File gives you access to the different locations where you can open a file, and a list of recent files you have opened in Kami. The Share Document button is where you can generate a unique document sharing link. First, select the sharing permissions you'd like for your Kami document. Choose between Restricted, My Domain, or anyone with the link. The Control Features button will only be accessible for sharing permission where Editor or Create Individual Copy are selected. Feature Control allows teachers to choose which tools and features to turn on or off for their students or collaborators. Remember options: yes please. You also have the option to not allow collaborators to download or print the document you're about to share with them. To share, copy the link or QR code before sharing it with others. If you ever need it, the print button's just here. And next to it is the Save button, where you can access your Kami Uploads folder and information on where your file was last saved. Click Download when you're ready to export your file. You can choose where you'd like to save it and how you'd like to export it. Check Flatten Annotations if you don't want your annotations to be interactive. Note that this doesn't apply to text, voice, or video comments. Help is here if you ever need it. Get easy access to our top resources and the different ways you can reach our friendly team. Here is also where you can find keyboard shortcuts and a link to the Kami status page. There's even more Kami magic tucked away in this drop-down menu. Split and Merge is a handy feature that allows you to mix and match existing files to create as a new resource, also accessible from your dashboard. Select Text Recognition if you want Kami to detect text on your scanned document and convert it into an editable file. You'll also see more useful menus and control from this drop-down, from document properties and page navigation to orientation and display mode. Restore Annotations lets you restore deleted annotations whenever you need them. You'll see what you've deleted and be able to select which annotations you'd like to restore. If you want to get rid of all annotations, click Delete All Annotations. Hide Comments will hide all comment annotations. Just click Show Comments to bring them all back. Under Profile, you'll see your account information, settings, and more controls. But a key feature you'll find here is Dark Mode. Selecting Dark Mode will help those who are sensitive to blue light or bright displays. Just click to toggle on or off.
Okay, we have one more longer video and then we're breezing through a quick short section of videos in the next section. So stay with us. We're nearly there. Let's go to Complete and Continue and have the toolbar.
Kami has tools for every teaching moment. Let's find out how each tool works, starting from the top. Select functions just like your mouse cursor. You can use this tool to select annotations and access more controls. The hand tool is for page navigation. Just click and hold to move your page around. Select annotations is for highlighting multiple annotations at the same time. Here, you can copy, paste, and delete the selected annotations. Dictionary lets you highlight any word to get an instant Oxford Dictionary definition. Read aloud converts text into audible speech. Just highlight the words you want to read aloud.
The boy with fair hair lowered himself down the last few feet of rock and began.
You'll find controls that lets you go back, next, or loop sentences. Click play to read the page or resume from pausing or stopping. You also have the option to change the voice, accent, and speed. You can also use Read Aloud with the Dictionary tool. Just click the speaker button to start reading the content.
Lagoon. A stretch of salt water separated from the sea by a low sandbank or coral reef.
The Read Aloud feature can also be used with text boxes. Click on the text box and hit the microphone button to start reading the text.
Handsome, athletic, natural lead.
Markup is made out of 5 tools. To make text stand out, use the text highlighter. Freehand lets you highlight anywhere and everywhere. Perfect for touchscreen or stylus users. Box highlighter is great for large blocks of text, like paragraphs. And then we have the classic strike through and underline. Better yet, you can choose from 100+ colors to customize your markups. Comment has a selection of tools you can use to provide personalized and timely feedback. To leave a text comment, click anywhere on the page to start typing. Then hit the Enter key to leave a comment or start a discussion thread. To create a voice comment, click anywhere to automatically start recording for up to 5 minutes. Click the stop button to finish the recording. Video comments has the same functions, just remember to click Done to save and stop recording. Choose screen capture to record both screen and video for up to 20 minutes. Quick tip: comments leave a dot mark that you can move around the page and change colors. Text box gives you several formatting options, from font choice, style, layout and color, to hyperlinks, emojis, and formulas. You can even choose to type with voice typing. The equation editor gives you a selection of symbols from fractions to algebra and even music notes. Click anywhere on the page and select the symbol you want to use. From here, you can start forming equations. You can also use the formula button through the text box editor. Drawing lets you freehand draw and have creative control. You can adjust stroke thickness, type, and transparency levels. If you really want to get creative, check out the color picker and choose from 100+ colors. Quick tip: to draw a straight line, just hold the Shift key. Shapes lets you add rectangles, ellipses, triangles, and lines, all fully customizable. You can adjust stroke thickness, type, transparency, and color. Creating triangles and lines shows you the degree of the shape. Quick tip: to create the perfect shape, just hold the Shift key. This also lets you create right-angled triangles. Eraser gives you the option between drawing and shapes and all annotations. Just click and drag to erase drawings and shapes. Choose all annotations if you have overlapping layers of annotations on a page. Add Media gives you several options to add multimedia content on your page. You can add images and video files directly from your computer, Google Drive, or OneDrive. Camera lets you take high-quality photos from your device and drop it as an image. Google Image Search lets you safely search images that you'd like to add. YouTube lets you paste YouTube links and embed it on your Kami page. If you want to quickly search for a video, there is a link to open YouTube as a new tab. You can even set a start time before dropping it on your page. Graphic Organizers gives you a selection from diagrams and charts to tables and maps. Take your pick, drop it on your page, and edit the scale. Stickers gives you a selection of digital stickers you can use for grading. Drop it anywhere on the page and edit the scale to finish. And last but not least, the signature tool. To add a signature, you either add an image, draw it from your device, or draw it from your phone. You can even add a precise date and timestamp. Hovering over this tool will show you your recent signatures. It's just a click away. Quick tip: you can toggle descriptions by clicking the arrows. Clicking the Move Toolbar button will switch between left and right. A handy tool found at the bottom center of Kami is Add Pages, also accessible from your dashboard. Click the plus button every time you need to create a new page, choose your selection, and hit Add.
Okay, you've done the hard graft. Well done. We are in the home stretch now. We've got a few more quicker videos to watch, and I hope you've loved seeing all of those tools and features. Let's move along to the very exciting Kami library tour. So hit that complete and continue button, and off we go.
Kami has tools for every teaching moment.
That was the previous one. Let's actually go to the library tour. I know you don't want to miss that one. Here we go.
Meet your new best friend, the Kami Library, a free library of teaching templates and activities to download, edit, and share. From the home page, you can browse on what's featured, trending, and newly released. Know what you need? Use the search bar or filter by subject, type, and grade. There's also an option to browse all. Collections is where you can find all your saved favorites. Just click the bookmark button to save. You can even create new collections and give it custom names. Selecting a template will pop up a preview. Here's where you can get a better view. Just zoom in and out for the finer details. When you've found the right template for your class, you can open it in Kami, download for free, or edit with split and merge. Want to mix and match templates? Easily add it in the drawer and open it in split and merge. There's lots more to discover in the Kami library. Have fun exploring!
Okay, whizzing on, we're nearly there. Let's hit that complete and continue button, and we're going to look at sharing assignments, and then we'll dig into the LMS in a second.
In Kami, you can customize any existing resource, but for this assignment, I've chosen a digital notebook template from the Kami library. Now I can start adding in instructions with text comments and voice comments I've saved in my annotation bank. Once it's ready, go to Share Document and set permission to either my domain or anyone with the link. Then select Create Individual Copy. You have the option to click Control Features where you can choose which tools and features to turn on or off for your students. Once you're all set, copy the unique link or QR code and drop it to an email along with your instructions. When students click on the Kami link, they'll be taken directly to their own copy of the assignment. Now they can complete their work using the tools and features you've set for them. When it's time to submit their work, they'll need to set up sharing with edit permissions. This will give the teacher editor access to feedback and grading. To complete the step, simply open the link that your students have sent you. Personalize your feedback with multimedia comments, markups, and fun stickers to add some Kami magic.
That was the process that's available to anyone, even if you're not already connected to Google Classroom, which we hope you all are. But we're going to move on very quickly. This is a speed test for the next quiz, and then we're going to show you what it's like to have Kami connected to your Google Classroom spaces. So go ahead and click Complete and Continue, and let's breeze through this next quiz. So the first question, when creating a Kami assignment, you can. What can you do when you're creating a Kami assignment? Let's go ahead and click on those options quickly. You have 10 questions here. So I'm going to give you just a few minutes to breeze through these questions, and then we're going to go on through section 3 and 4 really fast because I know our time is drawing to a close, and that'll take us to the end of the compulsory section. You can come back again and complete the other parts whenever you have a chance. So remember, you've bookmarked this course, so it's available to you anytime. Those questions, if you've been working through them, there's question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. They're quick, easy multiple choice questions. Please breeze through those. Let us know in the chat if you need a little bit of a hint or a help on those questions. But don't stress. You can always come back and redo if you miss out on a question. We're not interested in grading you. We're interested in showing you the features you can have at your fingertips. So let's breeze on through complete and continue. As soon as you've done that quiz, right the way through the free templates, the bonus content. We're not going to look at that right now. We're going to go straight on to section 3. So we're going to click complete and continue all the way through till we get to Kami for Google Classroom. This is a part not to be missed. So let's dig in together and watch Kami with Google Classroom.
Hey y'all, my name is Megan, Key Account Manager at Kami. I'm a former middle school teacher, which is where my Kami journey began many years ago. I have a passion for finding ways to make our classrooms more innovative and our lives as educators easier. And what better way to do that than with Kami and Google Classroom? At this point, you've been learning about Kami and all the amazing things it can do, but you may feel like there's still a missing piece to the puzzle. Like, how do I get it to my students and then how do they get it back to me? big piece, right? Well, that's what I'm here to help with today. So let's solve that puzzle. A little heads up, just to make following along a bit easier, make sure you have the Kami Chrome extension installed and Google Classroom open in another tab or window. Because it's important for me to kind of jazz up my materials a little before I assign them, I like to start in Kami first, but this is certainly not a mandatory step.
As you can see, I already have some text boxes added in, a voice comment with directions for my students, but I have one final touch that I want to add before it's ready to go to Google Classroom. I have a video that I use every year with my students when we're learning about integers, so I've saved it to my handy dandy annotation bank so that I don't have to search for it every year on YouTube or in my Google Drive. So since it's already here, I'm just going to drag that out to the page, drop it where I want it to go, and now my assignment is nice and ready to go on to Google Classroom. Now that we're in Google Classroom, we're ready to add the Kami magic. And if you didn't need to add anything to your materials first, you could just start right from here. Let's go and grab the Create button and then choose Kami Assignment. Once this screen loads, it'll look really familiar to a regular Google Classroom assignment, except you have a couple other options down here at the bottom. But we'll come back to those momentarily. First, we're going to give our Kami assignment a name. And because I already put a voice comment in on my activity, I'm not going to add any instructions, but you're welcome to fill this out as well. At this point, I'm ready to grab that file from my Google Drive or my computer, wherever it's stored. There's my Kami Integers assignment, choose Select, and now it's attached to this assignment. From here, make sure that you choose what type of activity you want this to be. The default is every student gets a copy, but you can also choose to share one copy or students cannot edit the file. For today's purposes, everybody's getting a copy. Lastly, let's take a look at these three options down here that are unique to the Kami assignment. First and foremost is the control features. It does exactly what the name says and allows you to select certain tools that you may or may not want to allow your students to use. So if for some reason you didn't want them using a dictionary tool, you could certainly uncheck that along with any other tools in here. But for the purposes of my assignment, I want my students to have access to everything, so I'm going to leave them all on, and we are good to go with the control features. Next up, send Kami instructions to students. If my students were maybe new to Kami, this would be a great option to send them some instructions to get started, but they've been working with Kami for a while now, so I'm going to leave that one unchecked. And finally, the add links for mobile devices. This is a really helpful feature if you have students using iPads or touchscreen mobile devices so that Kami opens up nice and smooth whenever they click on the assignment from Google Classroom. So all that's done, and now we're ready to push the Kami assignment out to our students by hitting the nice big blue Assign button up in the top right corner. And voila, your assignment is ready. You can choose to either open that assignment right up or exit out to remain on the Classwork tab. And one last little tidbit, because this is working through an LMS integration, you have the ability to get a bird's eye view of the student's work even before they turn it in. You can start by going into the actual activity, view assignment, and click on an individual student that you want to look at, and even grade with Kami by checking the Grade with Kami checkbox. You also have the option to grade multiple students at one time using the Kami Grader feature.
Which is now
Click the Open Kami Grader button, select the assignment you wish to open with the Kami Grader, and then you'll easily be able to scroll through multiple students at one time to provide feedback, give them a grade, or whatever input you may need to provide them. And lastly, you have the option to open the assignment using the Google Drive folder that Classroom automatically creates anytime you create a Google Classroom or Kami assignment. You can see here I have my Integers brainstorming folder. I can click in and easily find all of my students' work.
Nice work! I knew you could do this. In just a few steps, you will have Kami assignments at the fingertips of your students. Hungry for more? Make sure to check out our feedback and assessment video where we'll dive into giving feedback during and after the assignment.
Super, we are hoping you are hungry for more, and there isn't a lot more in store. There is one quiz about the Google Classroom, then you can skip the rest of section 3 because those are different LMSs. And in section 4, you can just pick one subject video that applies to you that you would like to watch before you will wrap up and be able to download your digital badge and certificate. And at this point, you will be able to collect your badge that you can apply to your email signature. You can post on socials, your special social badges here. Those will be downloadable for you once you reach your 100%. And I'm going to let Wendy come in and just wrap up for us with a goodbye and a thank you for joining us on this session, and a special competition for those who go the full hog and manage to complete the Kami certified course.
Thank you so much, Nicole. That was a great walkthrough. Have we lost our slides? Oh, okay. My slides are meant to be on. Okay. I thought we were staying on yours. It's all right. I can bring it back. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, so we want you to post, if you don't mind. If you are on any socials, please tell us how much you've enjoyed the session. And if you do complete your level 1, we would love to see that posted somewhere. Make sure you tag in Kami app and myself and Nicole. We love to celebrate with people. That's one of the things we love to do at Kami. So please, if you do something and you enjoy it and you finish it, post someone up there so that we can see what you're taking away and using. We would also love, as Georgina said, what's your favorite takeaway? Put it in the post now, in the chats now, so we can see it. But there will be a competition here. So we will choose, our group, our team will choose the best post that we see on social media, and that person will win a swag bag, t-shirt, swag bag, and a whole load of different bits in there. So if you're interested in that, post something nice and somebody will win. So I just saw a couple of things. Accessibility features I saw was coming up. Excellent. We're seeing some great ones. Accessibility and the whole class view. Absolutely. My thing is actually the simple one. Students not being able to move each other's work. That to me was like, I just wanted that forever. So have we got any more slides there, Nicole, to go through? So we're on our certified educator. We're on our best post. I've added the link for people to contact us. There's our contact details here. So you've got Nicole Rennie, who's the head of business development, and myself. You've got our social handles there, so you can get in touch. In the chat, I've already posted how to get in touch with me and to book a time if you want a one-to-one, or if you want to take out a trial and bring this to your school. We would love to see more schools doing that. Other than that, we're wrapping it up and we're hoping that you will leave us some feedback just before you go. I posted that in the chat just above. So please fill that in. If you don't do it now, we'll try to contact people afterwards, but we would love some feedback of the session, and hopefully we'll be able to run some more of these sessions very, very soon. So please spread the word. Help us spread the word.
That was absolutely amazing. Is there anything that Kami can't do?
It can't put my children to sleep, but it does let them learn a lot in the classroom and have fun.
Honestly, I was like, I can't remember who said it in the chat, but somebody mentioned about just remembering it as a PDF annotator. And that was my initial experience with Kami. Absolutely blown away. One of the things that really stood out for me actually was earlier at the beginning when you were talking about the Jamboards. Obviously, Jamboard is going, unfortunately, but I have concern because I love using Jamboard. It's one of my absolute favorite tools. But one of the things I love about it is the simplicity of the tools, and Figma, which is, you know, the replacement for some of my students, it's just a little too complex. So I think this provides a fantastic alternative. So thank you for sharing that with us. It's been brilliant.
Excellent.
I really love the go-between as well, Wendy and Nicole, between like some video input that was pre-recorded versus some live session. I felt it was really interactive. If you're still tuned in the chat, please drop any questions you have. Wendy and Nicole are still here. And your favorite takeaway from today, for myself, it was the dark mode. And as simple as that may sound, for somebody with really sensitive eyes, you'll see me a lot wearing glasses now with a blue tint. That really makes a huge difference in my ability to continue using digital technology across the day. And then just reading back the text for accessibility is such a game changer for language learners as well. Obviously, there's other translation inside Kami, and that's great. But sometimes having it read aloud at different paces can really help if they can't necessarily access through reading. So it was really exciting to see all of those feature updates, even since March. I was with your colleague Melissa and Pete in Seattle earlier in March, and I got to see some of them. But Kami's doing a great job at really developing features, releases that educators and students are looking for. So kudos to all of you. Thank you for this. It's been great.
Well, we'd love to say thank you to everyone who interacts with Kami, because it's your feedback that really drives the progression. Our engineers love to listen and respond to what you need. So let us know what you and your students are needing, and let's try and make it happen in Kami.
Great. Well, thank you so much again for tuning to GEG UK. I'm sure Carla wants to say a few words. I just wanted to quickly shout out to all of you that are tuning into GEG UK. I'm going to drop the GEG UK website in the chat now. We'd love to continue to grow the community. We have amazing partnerships with people like Kami where we can learn and grow together. So please share GEG UK website out with your education communities, as well as the links that Wendy and Nicole shared. Shout out to Darren, who couldn't be here today, but he's a super huge advocate for GEG UK, as I'm sure Carla knows. And we're so grateful for all the work he does behind the scenes to help the community running. It's a great chance for people across the UK and beyond to learn to grow with Google and support your communities with EdTech. So please share out these resources and let's keep growing together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, everyone. Cheerio. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Take care, everyone.